She didn't expect the cameras to reveal anything unusual, just a safety measure for her paralyzed triplets while she worked late at the naval base. Subscribe to our channel and like the video, and stay tuned for more content like this. But when Admiral Elise Cross, the only female SEAL-trained admiral in the Pacific Fleet, opened the live feed that night, she froze. There, in her children's dimly lit bedroom, the single dad janitor, the man everyone overlooked, was kneeling beside her youngest daughter's bed, doing something that made Elise's breath hitch, something that would change all 4 of their lives forever. Admiral Elise Cross wasn't easily shaken. She had survived underwater detonations, helicopter crashes, weeks of covert reconnaissance without sleep, and the heartbreak of losing her husband in a training accident that still echoed through her bones. But nothing terrified her more than raising 3 disabled children alone. Her triplets, Maya, Parker, and Lily, had been paralyzed from the waist down after a rare postpartum complication. At 8 years old, they had learned to navigate life with metal braces, wheels, and determination. Elise loved them fiercely, but the guilt never left her. She had trained soldiers to survive battlefields, but she couldn't save her own children from fate. Her days were divided between the naval base and her home, balancing tactical meetings with hospital appointments, classified briefings with bedtime stories. She was a warrior everywhere except in the quiet moments where loneliness pressed on her chest like an anchor. The Navy insisted she take on extra security around her home due to her position. Cameras were installed in every room, not out of distrust, but protection. Elise rarely checked them. Until that night. Earlier that week, a new janitor had joined the base, Jonah Reyes, a single father with tired eyes and a calm warmth. Most officers barely noticed him. Elise, however, noticed everything. There was something about the way he moved, as if carrying invisible weight. Something familiar. The triplets liked him instantly. He often swept the hallway outside her office, and they would roll up to him in their wheelchairs, asking about cleaning tools or about the silly drawings he kept tucked in his pocket, his daughter's artwork. He always knelt down to speak to them at eye level. Always smiled. Always listened. Elise had never seen a man who treated all children like they mattered. But that night, when an emergency meeting dragged late, she saw something on the camera feed that made her heart stutter. Jonah was inside her house. Inside her children's room. She didn't remember giving him a key. She didn't remember asking him to help. Yet there he was, illuminated by the soft night light shaped like a star. Her pulse quickened. Her instincts rose, navy-sharp, precise. But something kept her watching instead of rushing home. Jonah wasn't doing anything suspicious. Instead, he was sitting on the floor, reading Maya's favorite adventure book. He didn't know the cameras were even on. His voice was steady, soothing, filling a space Elise had struggled to fill after her husband died. Then he paused, noticing Lily's blankets tangled around her wheelchair straps. Carefully, almost reverently, he untangled them, lifted her gently, and repositioned her in a way Elise hadn't seen anyone do except trained therapists. He checked Parker's breathing like a medically trained professional. He moved with skill, with tenderness, with familiarity. Elise leaned closer to the screen, her breath caught halfway. Who was Jonah Reyes? And how did he know exactly how to take care of her paralyzed children? She didn't know then that this moment, this recording, would unravel a secret bigger than both of their pasts. By morning, Elise had barely slept. She replayed the footage again and again, trying to understand what she saw, what she felt. When she arrived at the base, Jonah was already mopping the hallway floors, his shoulders hunched slightly as if trying not to take up too much space. He looked ordinary. Invisible. The type of man people passed without seeing. But Elise saw him now, clearer than ever. Jonah, she said, her voice clipped yet trembling. He turned, startled, the mop pausing mid-sweep. Yes, Admiral? She motioned him into her office. He followed, wiping his hands nervously on his worn-out uniform. When she closed the door, she didn't accuse him. Instead, she asked quietly, "How did you know how to lift my daughter's spine without hurting her?" The question hit him like a dart. His shoulders sagged. His eyes flickered with something old: grief, regret, memory. "I'm sorry for entering your home," he began, voice raw. "Your babysitter panicked when one of the triplets fell asleep wrong, and she called me. I was the only one close by." "That doesn't explain your training," Elise said. Slowly, Jonah lifted the sleeve of his janitor uniform. Below it, barely visible, was a faded military tattoo, an emblem she recognized instantly. "Army Medical Corps," she whispered. He nodded. "I was a combat medic, before life fell apart." Elise felt her breath falter. Combat medics were trained to save lives in chaos, to perform miracles with trembling hands and no resources. Their skills were sharp, specific. Perfect for children with fragile spines. Perfect for her triplets. Jonah sat, rubbing his thumb against his palm in a nervous habit. "My wife, she died during our daughter's birth. I left the service to raise Mia alone. Couldn't keep up with everything. Took the janitor job because it let me be near her school. And because no one questions a janitor." Elise felt her heart twist. This man had carried pain quietly, hiding behind simple tasks. He wasn't invisible, he was exhausted. A soldier buried under civilian dust. "And your daughter?" Elise asked gently. Jonah's smile was bittersweet. "She's the drawings in my pocket. She's my whole world." The room went silent. Two single parents. Two people broken differently yet standing anyway. Two worlds that were never meant to cross, but did. Then Elise whispered the truth she had buried since watching that footage. "You were the first person I've seen who didn't look at my children with pity, but with respect." Jonah blinked hard. "They're incredible," he said simply. "They don't need pity. Just someone who listens." And that was the moment something inside Elise cracked, softly, gently, like dawn breaking after years of storm. But neither of them knew that fate was about to test them. Because that night, as the cameras watched silently, one of the triplets would face a life-threatening emergency. And only one man, one janitor, one forgotten soldier, would know exactly what to do,